Hey everyone, welcome back to Old Plastic. Today we are going to be talking about the darker side of collecting. Um, Here first, let me get this open. Okay, today's video is not sponsored by the world's greatest tasting beer, but my next video could be. Contact me. We can work something out. So I've made a few big purchases recently, and they didn't work out too great. When you start collecting high items, sometimes the rarer the item is, the more due diligence you need to do before you make the purchase. I recently purchased probably the rarest Luke Skywalker card known to man, basically. When I saw it come up in Facebook in one of the groups that I'm a member of, I didn't even take a second look at it. I knew what it was. I knew how rare it was and how rarely it would come up in auction or become available for sale or trade or what have you. So I immediately jumped on the seller and tried to work out a deal, and I did, and I made a video of that. I recently have taken that video down because, as it turns out, the card that I purchased, this card right here, turned out to be a fake. Yeah. So I'm not gonna drop any names, but yeah, I purchased this Empire Strikes Back Bossa card in a Facebook group, and it was from a reputable guy. He's a stand-up guy. He was he is a very well-known seller, and a very stand-up seller on Facebook. So the person that I purchased it from, I don't hold any ill will towards him. I mean, now I guess I could have asked for some better photos before the transaction, and I might have been able to pick up that it was a fake card. I don't know. I might have, because it's a really well done fake card. And there were a few things that I should have picked up on, but like I said, I was in such a hurry to make the purchase. And you almost have to do that, or you're going to miss out, because items like this never come up for sale. And when they do, if you're not the first guy there, you're just not ever going to get it. This was an extremely expensive purchase, more than what I've paid for figures. Very, very expensive. But luckily enough, the seller, when he learned that the cards, I mean, he had gotten a big batch. He does a lot of business with a well-known seller from Peru that does deal in authentic Bossa figures, cards, toys, etc. But apparently the items are so rare that this known seller started dealing in fake cards and items because he was running out of stock. He had no inventory because they're just not available. I don't know. I don't know if that seller created the fakes or if he bought fakes. And I kind of find it hard to believe that he didn't make them, because somebody that's a professional dealer in a specific item knows right away whether it's fake or not. Anyways, he sold these items, a large batch of Bassa cards, to the person that I purchased them from. And hang on a second. Call me about that endorsement. I'll do a video for you. So anyways, the seller that I purchased this card from didn't know it was fake. Sold it to me. Transaction went fine. Then about it was almost, yeah, it had to be a few weeks later after I had received it that I saw he posted on Facebook in the same group that he found out the cards were fake. And unbeknownst to me, he had already given me a full refund. The money was already in my PayPal account. And then he messaged me on Facebook, and he told me right away that he refunded my money. He told me he did not want the card back. So the card itself is a Empire Strikes Back 31 back E. So the card is real, but that sticker is fake. And so how we know it's fake is you see the corners were cut with a scissor, and I didn't notice that, but right there is a sharp corner, sharp corner, sharp corner. And the original Bassa stickers weren't cut by a scissor, they were stamped out. Now, this was done by a high resolution printer that even printed the aging or the yellowing on the white. Very detailed. Now, yeah. So I'm gonna peel that sticker off of this card. One moment. Flip that around. Yeah. So anyways, I'll peel that off of camera. All right, here we go. Nice big chunk. Yeah. So anyways, I received my money back for that item. And I have another Empire Strikes Back E card, or Empire Strikes Back 41 back E. Okay, next item is not so bad, but it deals with when you're dealing with sellers on eBay. It's a pain. It's a real pain in the butt sometimes. So I have a Luke Skywalker in my collection that's a Puck. He's a blonde-haired Puck. The thing is with the Puck figures, there's so many it's so hard to authenticate them. I mean, some of them are quite obvious, but there are other ones that are not so obvious. Like on in the early POC, before it became bought out by PBP, and it became POC. What is that other one? It's three companies. I forget all three names, but that's what PBP stands for. The POC is the first P. Anyways, POC figures have like 5 different states. There's a state where uh, the parts were received from Hong Kong and unpainted, and in Spain they painted them. And then there's a hybrid of that where the parts were made in Hong Kong. Half the items or half the parts were painted in Hong Kong, and half the parts were painted in Spain and assembled in Spain. And then there's ones where there's combinations of that, and there's ones where they were fully made in Spain. And anyway, so there's a lot of different variants of that, and I'm not a professional at that. So I definitely wanted to obtain an authentic graded POC. And as soon as I saw one pop up on eBay, I immediately jumped on it, and I'm sure I paid way too much for it, for the grade that it had. But I had to have a graded example in my collection that was authenticated, and you just never see them. And I don't feel bad about the price I paid, really, because of the way it's displayed and graded. The problem is with this particular item is it was poorly shipped. The seller obviously didn't care. He was trying to save money on shipping, so he used the eBay global shipping. And I don't know a lot about that, but it seems to me like he had said he had shipped it to eBay global shipping in the UK, and then they open the package, inspect it, repack it, and then ship it to a global shipping center in California. And from there, it's dispersed out. Apparently, they save up a bunch of packages and mail them all at once to save on the import charges or something like that. I'm not sure. Anyways, so when eBay repacked it, they did a horrible job, and the item got kicked around, beat around, and I gotta say, I'm not impressed with the eBay global shipping or whatever. If you have a nice item, take the time, package it properly, pay the proper shipping, and send it yourself through this eBay global shipping thing is a joke. If that's what happened and it wasn't the seller's packaging, it was eBay's packaging. I don't know how all that works, but if that's the case, that's a joke. Don't send anything that way, because it got beat to hell. The box did, and it was poorly packed. It was flopping around in a box. Anyways, when I received it with the arm. Okay, now this is a pour sonic weld, graded in the exploded view, which I absolutely love. This exploded view. The first time I saw this was on Action Figure Grader's channel, when he had pour sonic welded. I believe it was a Lily Letty overstock. I absolutely love the way this displays, and for it to be the figure that I was looking for, which is an authenticated POC, I had to have it. Now, I know the Action Figure Grader's exploded view graded figures are by CAS, and you can tell that from watching his videos that CAS does this differently. This UKG single strap over the arm that is the exact same size as the mushroom tip of the elbow socket is an absolute joke. So UKG, I am not impressed the way you guys do this. That shouldn't have happened. There should be no way that that can come out. And if you look at the way CAS does their the straps for the arms, it's completely different and it's twice as thick. But anyways, so I received this like this, and I got to tell you, I was like upset because I paid a lot of money for the figure. Now, so I thought about it, and I was like, well, I don't want to give the figure back. I want the figure, right? Because he is an authenticated POC. Here, I'll show you the label. Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, POC, Poor Sonic Weld, 1977, Hong Kong. And figure 60, paint 70, 65% total. Now, to me, this paint is not a 70. It's pretty poor paint. It's probably a 60-60, which would give it a 60 total, in my opinion. But nevertheless, it's an authenticated POC Poor Sonic Weld, which I just absolutely love the way that this is properly labeled like that. Now, so when I received it, like I said, I paid a lot of money for it, and some of you might know what I paid for it. They were talking about it in some of the forums on Facebook. That being said, I figured I would contact the seller. I sent him photographs, and I said, hey, look, you know, I don't want a refund. Is there something we can work out? I said that for me to take this figure and have it recased, it would probably cost me, with shipping and handling, probably about $150. I said, tell you what, just split that with me. You know, give me $75 and we'll share it, because we both, I believe that the seller, eBay shipping, and UKG should all reimburse me for that. I mean, because they're all equal parties in the damage that happened to this figure. UKG for their silly arm straps, that should never happen. eBay for their crappy packing, and the seller for picking that way to ship it. So anyways, I was very polite with them, you know, and I said, look, honestly, bare minimum would be about $150 to have this recase. And I said I would split that with him. Just give me $75, we'll call it good. Well, he wasn't happy with that. Basically told me to fly a kite. And so I said, all right. I sat on it. Finally, I put in with eBay. I said, you know, look, I'm going to have to get my money back then. You're not even going to budge an inch. Anyways, I put in a request for a refund, and then he denied, and it went to eBay, and eBay said we're ruling in the favor of the buyer, which was me, and I got the money, and now I have the item and the money, so I'm gonna send them off to be recased. But I'm very nervous about that. I'm gonna have to actually make a phone call to, I'd like to send them to CAS and have the exploded view done in their style. My problem is with CAS, I am a little bit nervous about whether or not they will keep the label the same. Not the grade. I'm not worried if they grade it lower. I'm concerned about if they're going to put that is a legitimate POC figure, not a Kenner figure. This is a POC figure with a poor sonic weld. I want to talk to them on the phone to make sure that they will honor UKG's description of POC, poor sonic weld. Now, I am really nervous about that because of what just happened to Yorkie Bestman, another fantastic YouTuber. What happened to him with I believe, yeah, it was a POC, poor sonic weld, Luke Bestman figure. He sent it to CAS. And they labeled that thing as a Kenner figure, which was ridiculous. It's obviously a POC. Why CAS did not denote that, it's beyond me. So before I have CAS take a whack at fixing this figure, I'm going to need some kind of insurance from them that they will honor the UK's labeling of this as a POC, poor sonic weld. If not, I guess either I keep it the way it is, which I will do if I have to, or I ship it to the UK and have UKG fix their mistake. But it sounds like UKG is basically, it sounds to me like they're basically shut down right now, and who knows when they're going to get caught back up. So it might be quite a while if that's the case, and I have to send it to them. So yeah, this has just been a little bit of a video on the darker side of collecting, and I hope that everybody watching this video has wonderful success with their purchases. And you know, if I could maybe get a sponsor for my next video from you know who, let me know. All right, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend and keep collecting. Talk to you later.